Why Anime Battle Arena will probably never die. Anime Battle Arena has just been one of those games on Roblox that has been around for years. And today we'll be discussing why is it so successful over this many years. Now without further ado, let's get straight into this discussion. Anime Battle Arena was released back in 2018 by a studio created by Snake World. He was widely known as a developer at that time, known for his great Dragon Ball and Bleach games in the Roblox anime community. Back when Anime Battle Arena first released, the only other Anime Battle Arena around that time was called Anime Cross 2. That game eventually died due to many reasons, but one of those was the rise of ABA. ABA featured a very fun combat system using the R6 body type on Roblox, which made the system much better than Anime Cross 2's R15 body type system. Many Anime Cross 2 players went and transferred over to ABA, and then the game slowly died and ABA became the biggest Roblox battleground game featuring your favorite anime character. And as the game gained popularity, YouTubers took a liking to it as well. One of the most prominent YouTubers that played Anime Battle Arena at that time was Infernasu. And once he started playing ABA, he gained major success from it by uploading gameplays with each character in the game, and it was called his Experience series on his channel. Anime Battle Arena had a humble start, competing with Anime Cross's community, but eventually it took over and many YouTubers took notice, and the community has since grown insanely, with the game always averaging around 5 to 10k players for years now. Even while some games have tried to take its throne, now we will dive into why it is still the king of anime battlegrounds games. Exhibit A, the Infernasu effect. You cannot argue the fact that Infernasu is one of the biggest reasons why Anime Battle Arena is as big as it is today. The man has multiple videos on his channel. I'm talking over 200 videos. Most people looking into ABA go to his channel, and everyone who plays knows who he is. His free advertisement in the game has made the game grow a community on YouTube and even on Roblox. Is always one of the first to release a video whenever the game updates or even has news, so you cannot talk about ABA without mentioning him at this point. I don't even play ABA, but still tune into some of his vids just to see how the game is doing. His Experience series is basically a public showcase of every single character added to the game ever, and the game has over 130 plus characters, which makes it the biggest roster of anime characters ever on Roblox in a game. So I don't even think there's even a AAA game with that many characters. It's literally Mugen but Roblox. Infernasu may not play ABA as much as he used to because he claims that the game is not as fun anymore due to balancing issues being practically impossible to fix at this point. His legacy still lives on no matter what in the ABA community. Most ABA YouTubers got their start because of this guy, so we gotta give him his credit here. Exhibit B, the combat of Anime Battle Arena. The combat of ABA is the main reason why the game still has such a strong player base to this day. Once you master the combat of Anime Battle Arena, the game becomes second nature to play, which means once you master laddering and down slamming plus the true combos of most characters, you can play basically any character in the game and still manage to have fun, which I think is the main reason why people like ABA's combat a lot. It's simple to learn and for many simple to master. It's literally perfect for Roblox players because many don't care about balance, which is why ABA is perfect because it's one of the most unbalanced games on the platform. You can either be a true combo specialist like Nano Prodigy or Malachi Flame, or you could just spam your toolbar, each play style being very viable depending on which character you choose to play. The combination of moves you can perform also make it one of the best combat systems ever on Roblox, and no game has ever even tried to replicate it properly, which is why ABA still remains king. Every character has its strengths, some are better than others, but who cares? It's just a game where you go pick your favorite anime characters and battle it out with your friends because it's not meant to be taken seriously, obviously. And that mindless, unbalanced fun has made ABA a staple in the anime community for years and probably more years to come. Exhibit B2, the content and updates of Anime Battle Arena. ABA gets sort of consistent update, and the devs usually meet the monthly update mark. When ABA updates, it usually adds around 3 new characters and or reworks to other older characters. Like recently, ABA received a Vegeta and Broly rework. ABA keeps adding onto this roster every update, trying to improve the characters in the meta. One thing we all know about ABA is that it is very unbalanced, but since the communities know that, the devs have basically no trouble adding the most OP characters to these updates, meaning they don't have to worry about balancing them out too much. In a sense, the game is already too far from saving. But usually these ABA updates please the player base is bringing it back for a lot of players, which keeps the game going for even longer. The more characters the game adds, the harder it is for competitors to compete, which means it's harder for ABA to die to this competition, making it stand on top for longer. Also, ABA usually makes slight balancing changes that seem to please most of the community and make certain characters not as broken broken anymore. But we all know ABA will never fully be a balanced game. Exhibit C. Why anime battle arena competitors fail to take its throne. The reason games like Heaven's Arena, AU Reborn, and recently Anime Showdown all have failed to kill ABA is simply because they don't have what makes ABA special. ABA is special because of these two reasons: the roster and the addictive gameplay. The 3 games I listed all lack at least one of these features that makes ABA such a powerhouse in the first place. Let's look at Heaven's Arena. It has characters that ABA doesn't have, but one of the main reasons why it never can kill ABA is because of the gameplay. Every time Heaven's Arena updates, it changes gameplay, which means the community will never truly get used to the combat, unlike ABA where the combat has been tried and true for many years, and the community has grown accustomed to the style of play and are content with it. Heaven's Arena, you either love the combat system changes or you end up hating them because every time it updates, it adds some unnecessary change that throws combat off completely. Not to mention, Heaven's Arena lacks balance as well, like every other battle arena game. So what's the point in playing this one other than ABA? Little to no reason at all. Now let's look at AU Reborn, another game with characters that ABA doesn't have, but again, this game is unbalanced, so it's practically unplayable for a lot of people. Literally so many characters in the game are just brain dead, and the only reason people come to play this game is for its unique characters that it adds every now and then. This is just a bottom of the barrel battlegrounds game that is not adding much incentives to play over ABA. Now the one that hurts the most is Anime Showdown, which was played up to be the ABA killer. We all know what went wrong with this game: the little amount of characters on release. Anime Showdown may have been the better game, we all know. I personally preferred the combat over ABA, but it still fell short due to not having nearly the amount of ABA characters. I mean literally less than 15 characters to ABA, which has over 130 plus. Anime Showdown has recently closed due to averaging under 500 players, which is not sustainable for the devs, and the game obviously was not ready for release, and was not ready to compete with even games like Heaven's Arena and AU Reborn, let alone Anime Battle Arena. Exhibit D. Will Anime Battle Arena ever truly die? I feel as if the answer to this question will probably always depend on the developers of ABA. The only way ABA might die is if the developers decide to never update the game again, because I think that the game has gotten such a huge roster that no game ever has and can probably ever touch. And with the death of Anime Showdown, it showcases that having better combat is just not enough to take down ABA. So I don't think it will be possible in the near future for ABA to fully die. Maybe go down to 3K players, but fully die? No. There are many YouTubers out there that have based their challenge strictly off ABA, and I think that the community is strong enough that there will always be over 1K people playing the game. So with that being said, no, I don't think ABA will ever truly die unless Anime Showdown comes back and has a miracle. But as I say in the video, if you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more content like this one, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Also, Retro Mimo, bro, come back to YouTube, bro. We miss you, bro. Where you been?